from the Faculty of Political Sciences and Societies of UNAM.
Go ahead, graduate. Thank you very much, Master Salvador, when you will send the very interesting conference by Dr. Daniel Lima Sanchez. Next, I am pleased to introduce the speaker invited by the Faculty of Political and Social Sciences, Engineer Alonso Castañeda Andrade, who will give the conference opportunities to improve medical care with artificial intelligence. Alonso Castañeda Andrade is a computer systems engineer, graduated from the Technological Institute of Higher Studies of Monterrey, State of Mexico campus. He has more than 15 years of experience in implementing initiatives related to data and artificial intelligence in different industries such as retail, pharmaceutical, healthcare, BFSI, real estate and restaurants. The managing partner of Facts, a company specialized in data analytics, where he developed the technological vision and skills to evolve and mature the analytical capabilities of clients in the United States, Mexico, Colombia, and South Africa. Factos was acquired in 2017 by Agile Talks. He currently serves as Vice President in charge of the Data and AI Guild at Agile Talks, where he leads a group of more than 300 consultants specialized in various data and artificial intelligence practices such as data engineering, data architecture, data governance, business intelligence and analytics, data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence. Engineer Alonso, thank you very much for your presence, and I leave the presentation and use it in your hands.
Thank you very much, Jose Luis. I'm going to share my screen. You see my presentation, right? Hello, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to talk to you about some opportunities to improve medical care using artificial intelligence. Jose Luis already introduced me. I'm going to skip this screen. But today I'm going to start our talk with a brief review of the state of artificial intelligence today and how the medical industry is taking advantage of this artificial intelligence. Then I'm going to talk to you about some real cases where we have helped our clients solve complex problems with artificial intelligence. From a complementary perspective to that proposed by Dr. Blanca, I really congratulate the doctor for her research, and I think her contribution to medicine and artificial intelligence is super valuable. These types of existing models developed by medical experts are the ones that we as a consultancy help our clients implement from a holistic business perspective, managing the change and complete integration of the solution, including artificial intelligence as one of the main components. Finally, close with some reflections and perspectives on where the medical industry and artificial intelligence are going. Well, has anyone heard about artificial intelligence lately? It's an ironic question these days.
Una pregunta un poco irónica en estos días.
It seems like we can't go a single day without hearing about artificial intelligence, whether in the news, on our apps, or even in daily conversations. But why is artificial intelligence so fashionable? Firstly, we live in an era where the amount of data we generate and consume is overwhelming. Every click, every online interaction, every connected device generates a ton of information. Artificial intelligence allows us to process, analyze, and most importantly, extract value from this data at a scale and speed that humans simply cannot achieve. Secondly, artificial intelligence has ceased to be a futuristic promise and has become a tangible reality that is transforming different industries. I'm sure we've all been amazed by the capabilities of ChatGPT or BART. These artificial intelligences are no longer the narrow artificial intelligence that can only do one thing and that's all it does. Some argue that we are on the verge of having general artificial intelligence, and medicine is not an exception to these industries. That is, artificial intelligence is having a great impact, from more precise diagnoses to personalized treatments and surgical robots. Artificial intelligence is redefining what is possible in healthcare. And additionally, technology giants have made great strides in democratizing access to artificial intelligence through cloud services and infrastructure, which allows us to develop artificial intelligence solutions much faster and with less risk. So, yes, artificial intelligence is trendy, but not because it is just a buzzword, but because it is truly changing the world we live in.
Cambiando el mundo en el que vivimos.
We are facing a revolution that has the power to streamline and optimize our work in ways that were truly unimaginable before.
Necesario optimizar nuestro trabajo de maneras que antes realmente era inimaginables.
So, for example, processing data and analyzing large volumes could previously have taken days or even weeks to analyze certain data sets, and with artificial intelligence this process can be reduced to minutes, allowing healthcare professionals to make informed decisions in real time. But if there is one area of artificial intelligence that truly stands out for its revolutionary capacity, it is generative artificial intelligence. Large language models such as ChatGPT, technologies such as Stable Diffusion or MedPalm-2 from Google, which is a large language model specialized in health and disease diagnosis. These technologies not only process information, but can create and propose solutions. Imagine an artificial intelligence that can design new drugs, simulate their impact and optimize their formulas before they even reach the laboratory. Or consider artificial intelligence that can analyze medical records and propose innovative diagnoses or treatments based on patterns that the human eye may not detect. These are not futuristic ideas. They are realities that are already developing, solving some of the most complex and fundamental problems facing our society. And if you have any doubts about the pace at which this technology is advancing, I invite you to take a look at the papers published on portals such as Archive in recent years. The growth in publications on artificial intelligence and machine learning is exponential. So, we are on the cusp of an unprecedented change in the way we approach science, medicine, and most aspects of our lives. We are undoubtedly in an exciting time where artificial intelligence is taking a leading role. As we explore the current landscape of artificial intelligence in healthcare, it is crucial to look at the statistics, as statistics give us a clearer view of where we are and where we might be heading. We think with a statement from the Royal College of Physicians that highlights the technical capabilities of artificial intelligence, where it says that there are many occasions when artificial intelligence can perform healthcare tasks as well or even better than humans. On the other hand, not only at academic institutions. A notable example is Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan's artificial intelligence project for nonprofit research, which has an ambitious goal of preventing, curing, or treating all diseases by 2100. All this supported with intelligence. As Dr. Diana commented, along with these opportunities there are also important challenges. According to Deloitte and the Oxford Martin Institute, it is estimated that 35% of Oxford University employees could be automated, and 35% of Oxford University employees could be automated by artificial intelligence in the next 10 to 20 years. While this could mean efficiency in many sectors, it also raises concerns about job displacement and needs for adaptation and training in new skills. And of course, also something that the doctor touched on is that we cannot overlook the perception and feelings of the general public. Despite the advances we have in the potential of artificial intelligence, a Pew Research Center study found that 60% of Americans would be uncomfortable if their healthcare provider relied on artificial intelligence for healthcare. This statistic really highlights the need to not only advance the technology, but also build trust in public education about what an artificial intelligence can and cannot do, in addition to regulations and ethical standards and definitions around the use of artificial intelligence. Together, these figures show us a landscape full of promises, challenges and, above all, opportunities to redefine healthcare in the future. The integration of artificial interest in the field of medical care has opened a range of possibilities in various fields. Let's quickly see how artificial intelligence is being applied in areas of medicine, such as medical image analysis. Their artificial intelligence can detect pathologies in images such as mammograms, often with greater pressure than humans. In diagnosis and treatment, artificial intelligence tools can also anticipate diseases such as preventing sepsis in critically ill patients, also with assistance in patient data, from trend analysis in electronic records, to virtual assistants in remote care and monitoring. From the patients. Also helping in the discovery of medical research, artificial intelligence can accelerate the validation of new drugs, personalized treatments, for example, in the case of cancer, according to the patient's genetics. And in clinical and administrative support, from recommendations in clinical decisions to automation in the medical claims procedure. These are some examples of the vast potential of artificial intelligence in healthcare. We are witnessing a revolution that is redefining the way we care for our health and how medical professionals carry out their work. Now, I would like to talk about a case where artificial intelligence is improving patient care in telemedicine. This is a case of a very large medical institution in the United States, which is implementing a system that monitors call quality and compliance with protocols.
Perdón, aquí está.
Now, in this digital era, telemedicine has gained an unprecedented boom. Thousands of remote medical consultations are provided daily, allowing access to medical care to those in remote locations or those who prefer it because it is more convenient. And this modality brings many benefits, but also many challenges. With the large amount of remote healthcare assistance provided, a major concern arises: how to ensure quality and compliance with protocols on each call. Measuring quality and ensuring that each consultation complies with the regulations and protocols is a very complicated and titanic task, really any good. In addition to the protocols being met and the regulations being met, it must be measured that no errors are made, for example, in note-taking, since an error or poorly written note, or insufficient information, or the omission of some detail, can result in unsuccessful insurance claims. This not only means financial losses for healthcare providers, but also risks to the health and safety of patients. That's where artificial intelligence comes into play. Let's imagine an artificial intelligence system that monitors each telemedicine consultation in real time. One of the main capabilities of this system is speech-to-text conversion. While the doctor and patient talk, artificial intelligence transcribes this conversation in real time, generating a textual record of the consultation and using natural language processing and understanding. The system analyzes the content of the conversation, evaluates the quality of the call, ensuring that communication is clear and without interruptions, but it also goes further. Verifies that medical protocols are followed and that all necessary information is collected. If the doctor omits a crucial question or if the information provided by the patient is not recorded properly, artificial intelligence can send a real-time alert or a post-consultation recommendation to confirm the error. Additionally, the system can provide preliminary diagnoses based on medical notes shared during the consultation and if necessary offer a referral or medical recommendation, guiding the patient to the appropriate next step in their care. Mainly telemedicine is for primary care and then a referral is made to a specialist who follows up on the case. Then, this artificial intelligence automates that referral or that recommendation to the next specialist. At the end of the consultation, AI also automatically generates notes and summaries, ensuring they are complete and accurate, thereby reducing the risk of unsuccessful insurance claims. The result is faster approvals for medical treatments with accurate notes and summaries automatically generated by the system. With this information, health insurance companies have all the information they need in a clear and structured way. This leads to a higher approval rate for medical procedures, as the margin of error and ambiguity in the information provided is reduced. The result is that patients receive treatments more quickly and effectively. And furthermore, the artificial intelligence system relieves doctors of repetitive administrative tasks and allows them to focus on what really matters, which is patient care. By reducing the need to take detailed notes or manually check protocol compliance, clinicians can spend more time listening to and communicating with their patients. This not only leads to better quality medical care, where the patient feels truly heard and understood, but also allows doctors to attend a greater number of consultations without sacrificing the quality of this interaction, allowing them to recover from 10 to 15 minutes a day of repetitive tasks, and if repetitive tasks had not been used. At the end of the day, the integration of artificial intelligence in these telemedicine processes translates into a more efficient and humane system, where the patient's needs are met quickly and comprehensively, and where doctors can practice their profession with greater focus and empathy. For people who are more technical on this call, in this session I share a little bit about the technologies and architecture of the solution. Today, as I mentioned at the beginning of my talk, the largest cloud providers offer many products that can be used and facilitate the development of products with artificial intelligence in a much faster way and reducing risks. We started with Azure Cognitive Services to transcribe the audio to text. Afterwards, we also do text analytics with an Azure Cognitive Services product that is specialized for healthcare with the language used by doctors in a medical field, which makes the NLP language much easier and also understands it and gives you functionality to detect symptoms, recurrence, entities in a much simpler way. We also use several models mainly based on machine learning transformers and neural networks with TensorFlow, in addition to using ChatGPT with Azure OpenAI to prepare a summary of the notes and prepare the medical reports. That's roughly what we did in this use case. I would like to move on to the next case, which is related to early diagnosis of kidney disease. We do this with a predictive model to identify kidney disease based on non-traditional indicators. In medicine, as in many fields, time is of the essence. Detecting a disease in its early stages can make the difference between a healthy life or a chronic illness. In some cases, life and death. One of the fields where this is very important is chronic kidney disease. In the United States, more than 1 in 7 adults, representing 15% or 37 million people, are estimated to have chronic kidney disease. Despite its prevalence, a significant percentage of these patients, approximately 30%, are not diagnosed until they reach stage 3 of the disease. By this point, it is often too late to reverse the damage and you face severe complications, including the possibility of dialysis or transplant. On this occasion, artificial intelligence offers us a hopeful solution to this problem, because unlike traditional approaches that focus primarily on standard indicators such as blood and urine tests, artificial intelligence can transcend these limits. One of the key data sources for this solution is HL7 laboratory records, which is a standard for electronic health information exchange. These records, which are often underutilized in traditional diagnosis, contain a goldmine because this data, if processed properly, can reveal early indicators of a disease such as kidney disease. Another important component in this solution is causality-based artificial intelligence. Normally, or many times, machine learning models use correlations, but they do not use a cause-effect. They do not use cause-effect relationships. By using causality-based models, you can also infer possible causes of the disease and simulate possible effects of an intervention, known as counterfactuals. What this allows us to do is generate treatments and programs to prevent the disease. Furthermore, artificial intelligence, instead of focusing solely on common indicators, uses predictive models that integrate non-traditional measures. These predictive models can analyze and process huge datasets, identifying patterns and correlations that would be virtually impossible for a human to detect. With these advances, diagnosis through artificial intelligence not only makes it possible to detect chronic kidney disease in earlier stages, but also offers the possibility of personalizing treatments and prevention strategies based on the unique data and characteristics of each patient. It is a revolution in healthcare and one that could change the lives of millions of people affected by this disease. The impact is not only measured in terms of health and quality of life for patients, it also presents tangible economic benefits. The adoption of this technology for this particular laboratory represents a possible economic benefit of 7 to 11 million from new services offered, especially preventive services, since the patients who are being treated with it or who are benefiting from this test, they are patients who go for something else. They are not trying to determine if they have kidney disease specifically, but rather it is due to another cause, and based on all the information in medical records, it can be temporarily predicted if it is possible that that person would have kidney disease in the future. Then, you can offer preventative services for the patient. This increase in profits not only drives the economic growth of the medical institution, but also future cost efficiency. It is important, since each patient is diagnosed early, as it greatly reduces the costs associated with treatment in advanced stages of the disease, and the opportunities to offer timely follow-up and treatment services are increased. In summary, the integration of artificial intelligence in the field of renal diagnosis can not only improve the detection and treatment of chronic kidney disease, but also help medical institutions to have economic growth and leadership in innovation and healthcare. For those who are also interested in the technical part, I will tell you about the main components in this solution. They are data wicks for the processing of HL7 records, consolidation, cleaning, and all processing of the data to make it available to the model, and CAUS indexed in clear sense for the analysis and development of the causal predictive model based on causality. A question that Jose Luis asked me when I was talking about this is, what metric do we seek to optimize in this type of machine learning models for disease diagnosis? And here, being a complementary model to detect kidney disease, that is, the patient does not specifically undergo a test for kidney disease. What interests us is optimizing the sensitivity of the model, but always seeking a balance with precision, since being medical applications, a false negative can mean losing a diagnosis, while a false positive can lead to unnecessary stress and tests or some intervention that is not necessary. Finally, I would like to close with some thoughts and perspective on the future of artificial intelligence in healthcare. And as we look to the healthcare horizon, it is clear that we are at an inflection point, although the penetration of artificial intelligence in the medical sector is still in a nascent phase. It is estimated that we will have an annual growth rate of 37% in the adoption of artificial intelligence that is projected for the coming years, which gives us a clear sign of where we are heading, and we are about to witness an acceleration in the adoption of artificial intelligence. Furthermore, as Dr. Diana commented, it is essential to understand the impact that artificial intelligence has a great advance for health. And finally, one of the biggest advances that artificial intelligence could bring to the medical field is in the possibility of personalized treatments, where instead of taking a one-size-fits-all approach to treating a disease, artificial intelligence allows for a deeper understanding and nuance to the individual conditions of each patient, leading to a more efficient and effective and more precise treatment. In addition to drug discovery, the process is traditionally long and expensive. With artificial intelligence, these processes of identification and validation of new pharmaceutical compounds can be significantly accelerated, which could lead to innovative treatments in a much shorter time, to which we are accustomed. Personally, I would also like to add information about some of the challenges that my colleagues in this seminar raised. Well, what Dr. Blanca and Diana have given is mainly around the data that is available and its quality. This, from an organizational point of view, is closely related to having a robust data strategy and governance, where best practices for data management are implemented, data quality is prioritized and measured in all its dimensions, and it is made available to users, data scientists, so that they can develop artificial intelligence models in an agile and efficient way. And what Dr. Diana said about the development of egalitarian models that do not have biases is also very important. There are very serious examples, for example, in the United States, where an algorithm used to determine the need for medical treatment for patients privileged white patients over African American patients, since health spending from past decades was used to train the model, which had a strong bias, since the expense had much more to do with the economic possibilities of the white population and not so much with the medical need of the patient. So, in conclusion, I believe we stand on the threshold of a new era in healthcare, one where technology and humanity intertwine to enhance each other's capabilities. And the promise of more effective, efficient, and empathetic healthcare is within our reach. So, as a society, I believe we have the challenge and the opportunity to embrace these changes, always with the primary objective of improving the quality of life of each of the patients. Thank you so much. I hope this information has been useful to you, and if you want to continue this talk, you should not look for me in the following email. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Alonso Castañeda Andrade, for your brilliant conference, through which we had the opportunity to learn how artificial intelligence is transforming medical care, from the early detection of diseases, personalized treatments, and even the improvement in recovering medical care. Something that seems very important to me is that repetitive tasks are being automated, while freeing up time for health professionals to focus on accurate diagnosis and treatment, relying on artificial intelligence tools. Next, we have some questions from our attendees. Emilio Colon asks us, what operating system do you work with to manage more than 30 million patients per hour?
With what system? Well, they are actually clusters of multiple servers that are elastic. That is the advantage of the cloud that allows you to scale quickly, easily, and without having to invest from the beginning in a lot of infrastructure, and to be able to scale and have that elasticity to attend to the volume of data that is needed in a way, well, on demand. and they are mainly Linux operating systems. But in my experience, the cloud already abstracts you from all those types of technical problems because you hire a cloud service that gives you all that functionality and you don't worry because the operating system is running something, but mainly they are Linux.
Thank you so much. Nahoina Campos asks us, what do you consider to be the telehealth actions that can be completely automated and which should be maintained in human medical care?
Yeah, well, in my experience, I think it's that kind of data collection procedures or processes. For example, when a patient is registering, the artificial intelligence begins to collect information earlier so that when the doctor arrives, he or she has more information available.
El proceso
The insurance claim process also involves filling out all the forms that are needed and having all the information on administrative things.
activas.
Also in the mapping of diseases with the medical codes of the systems. That can also be one of the things that can be automated.
So hay varias.
There are several administrative tasks that can be automated.
Thank you so much. Nahoina Campos also asks us, in your professional experience, what are the new skills that we should teach in universities to health professionals in health services supported by artificial intelligence?
Mm,
Very good question.
em,
Of course, as a parent, I am also concerned about what my children focus on.
que yo creo que es difícil porque
Because one of the things that I saw, for example, that I never imagined was that artificial intelligence would affect the digital industry and programming so much, for example, and programmers, that many of those things can be done faster and easier with tools like EcoPilot to program easier and faster. Some of the programmers might be replaced as well. I think that from what I have seen is the basic sciences like mathematics, physics, really understanding how things work and a lot of adaptability.
siempre
Always be looking for the new and really adapt to change because it is the only thing that will be a constant in the future.
Thank you so much. Maria Lourdes Rodriguez Hernandez thanks you for your knowledge, says that it is a pleasure to listen to us and mentions that this way the care for each patient is more personal, more effective, reliable and safe. We have another question from Saul Mendez. He tells us, in the near future, what do you think is the ideal professional profile to have if we are interested in this topic of artificial intelligence in health? What is related to that?
It is related to the previous one.
I think that adaptability is a lot. Understand, not only focus on the technical, but also on the business and human part, that in this case the business is health, but understand the situation in a holistic way to be able to give value and provide complete solutions, not just part to focus on the technical part, but also on the whole part of communication, empathy, leadership. All those things are also important for professional development.
Thank you so much. Edgar Moreno tells us, with respect to the topic of causality, the relationship between cause and effect is determined especially by human beings. Or can it be viable to analyze the relationship or correlation using artificial intelligence?
Yes, very good question. There is a very good book called The Book of Why by Judah Pearl, who is a specialist in artificial intelligence, statistics and causality, who proposes statistical and mathematical methods to find the causality, and not only through the knowledge of experts and humans. Although the part of the human expert who knows something and can correct some things is a very important input. But there are methods that can be used to find causal factors with computers.
Thank you so much. The team asks us, do you think that the percentage of jobs that could be automated in Mexico would be similar to the 35% that is planned for the United Kingdom?
Good question. No, I don't know. This,
Eh,
I think there are many things that. No, I don't know. The impact is not known for various reasons. For social reasons that this type of thing is not accepted. Also for the creation of new economic activities, for regulations as well. So, I think the impact is difficult to estimate.
este,
I think that there is what I think is very important is that we get used to this, that artificial intelligence is already part of life and work. And it is very important that we use it, know how it helps us, how it can make us more productive, and that we integrate it into our lives so that the risk that affects us in our work is lower.
Thank you so much. A final question from Andrea Cisneros tells us, roughly speaking, what has been the economic impact of improving information for the application of insurance policies?
Yes, that's right, they are preliminary results, but it is estimated that it had an impact of 5% on the increase in the acceptance rate of the applications. So, financially I don't have the number, but in terms of efficiency or increase in the success rate it is more or less like 5%.
Very good. With the previous question, we end the question and answer section and come to the end of this third session of the UNAM Innovation, Technology and Entrepreneurship Seminar. I thank Engineer Alonso for this very interesting presentation. Likewise, I thank the team that makes this seminar possible, the teacher Patricia Garces Natera, the teacher Cristina Musquiz Fragoso, the teacher Eduardo Urzua Fernandez, the teacher Salvador Quandan Vieira, the GTIC team in charge of the production, the engineer Nydia Sendijas. A special thank you to our speakers in this session for their very interesting conferences, to Dr. Blanca Hilda Vazquez Gomez, to Dr. Daniel M. Lima Sanchez, to the engineer Alonso Castaneda Andrade, and of course many thanks to all those who attended this session. We invite you to stay tuned for our next sessions on our website www.site-unam.mx. We remind you that the recording of this session can be found on the YouTube channel Learn TIC or NAM. Thank you very much for your attention, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.